Jez.
And I'm Cal.
Together we are SheKan.
And this is Spill the Prosecco. Welcome back.
Oh, spill!
Yay! Episode 2, Season 2. We'll just say we've decided to drink Italian Prosecco for this season.
Yeah, we have.
It was, as long as it said product of Italy on the bottle, I bought it.
It's delicious.
Can I pronounce it? No, I cannot. However, if you are an Italian Prosecco and you would like us to come to Italy, to your vineyard and taste test, we are very open to having a conversation.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for listening in on episode 1. We've just had to do a little rejig of our own selves because it's like, whoo, how easily can you get back into that energy? But I think the main reason we did it is because that's exactly how we felt. That was real. So
it was. I did say, geez, we might be a little bit more upbeat on this.
We'll switch gears
on this episode. However, that was the reality. So we always keep it real. We're never going to sugarcoat things. So
how are you feeling?
I'm feeling so good. And it was interesting because we ended episode 1 talking about Joey coming tomorrow and we're going to Outback Spectacular. And it just got me really excited. I will not lie, the last few weeks I've just been doing so much heavy work and I have been feeling it. I've been quite frustrated and just mentally drained. And so to know that lies ahead and then literally Easter's not far away, it's given me the boost that I need.
Yeah, I do. I love that easy, fun friends that you know you're going to have a good time. There's, you actually said, is there anything you want to do? And I said cheese platter and Prosecco.
Well, it was interesting because you had been asked by lots of people, like, what are you going to do when you get there? And you're like, hang out with our mates.
Yes, that's all I want to do.
What else would you do?
Yeah, there's no agenda. I just want to spend some time with great humans.
Outback Spectacular is probably something that, like, we wouldn't normally do. I mean, we'd go for a nice dinner, but...
No, but this is... Oh, yeah, I'm so excited. So I'm feeling really good too. I actually love being here. It's so good. So And it was so nice to see Anna and...
Have a good catch up with her. We were just like... You know, when you see people and you're really on a tight, like, obviously we have the dream house booked. We want to get in and we want to work, but we want to catch up. And you're like trying to do both at the one time. We're just like, we just need to catch up.
I know. Gosh, I get that.
How often does that happen, right?
My goodness.
All right, the main pour. So this episode is all going to be about the 3 core events that we had to complete before we actually... finished up.
Yeah, these were those sold out events that we were talking about in the last episode. So it's the reality of what actually happened when we were in it. When we finally got to green light them and we were in the room and the clients were there and
and I think, to be honest, there was probably 2, 3 or maybe 4 2-day events that happened. Possibly more. I
have no recollection.
Correct. I truly can say I have no recollection of those events.
Sorry if you were there.
Yeah. If you were there, could you please send us a comment on the podcast to say, I was at the 2-day in 2021. However, what stands out is definitely the 4-day. So the 4-day in 2021 was set to be the final event because remembering that our business model was you had to go to a 2-day before you went to a 4-day. So there was no 2 days booked for after the 4-day. 4-day was going to be it. And we had it booked at the beautiful Seabull Yarrawonga.
Yeah, because I remember it was like, let's have our final one on home turf.
It was, yeah. And it's such a beautiful venue and it was really the vibe that we wanted because we wanted that element of beautiful surroundings for the women to be able to use the venue and the amenities.
Yeah.
And so we had 40 women from 4 different states come to join us at the 4-day retreat in Yarrawonga. Many arrived the day before. We always started on a Thursday.
Yeah.
And we actually started not at 9 o'clock in the morning. I think we started sort of mid to late morning.
In case people were travelling that morning up.
It gave the people of the regional communities the opportunity to drive. And we got 4 hours into that event and Victoria pulled a lockdown.
Yeah, and we were watching, you know, and listening,
The numbers.
and the team at the Seaboard were incredible. You know, they kept giving us updates, and we can do this and we can do this, and then you know we'd go to a break, and then you and I would just go into that other room. Remember, we'd discuss like,
yes.
What now? You know, what can we? What's our thought process? What's going to happen here?
And we were getting. As you did, if you lived in Victoria, you will remember there was a fucking news broadcast every 0.5 of a second, and that ugly man's head would be on the TV. And we were getting bits and pieces. There was no real concrete lockdown at this point in time.
This is the other crazy element. We could visually look outside and see a bridge. And over that bridge was one set of rules, and on the side that we were on was another set of rules. So, you know, we actually discussed moving it onto the other side of the bridge.
So when they called it, we had a very short window and we were absolutely scrambling. Can we get everyone across the bridge in time? Could we set up Joey's shed at Shez's house in Mulwala to run it? Like, what are our options here? Because we are 4 hours into a 4-day event. There is 40 women here from Tasmania, Victoria, New South Wales and South Australia. We absolutely cannot abandon ship. Like, this has got to go forward. And we literally thought about every possible scenario.
Like we were thinking, can we get caterers in? What sort of food can we cook? Because you know, we live on 1.25 acres. We're like, we've got enough space. We'll be able to accommodate. We'll work it out. Some of them had accommodation on that side. So we're like, remember, we were looking for accommodation. We were doing everything.
We were looking for every loophole possible. We were thinking about transporting the women across on the Barbie boat. Yeah. Like, you know, we were so committed to making sure that this event went ahead. And then there was some sort of ruling that was about the New South Wales and Victoria border, that if you crossed over, you wouldn't be coming back. And we had to make the call.
And it was really funny because it was almost like we couldn't. I remember we were exhausting every avenue, and almost to the point where we'd lost the ability to have common sense. And someone who has always had common sense, and I guess has always been our external voice of reason, is Kel's husband, Squidge. And I just remember saying to you, I don't think we can make this decision. I think just call Squidge and he'll just say exactly what we need to hear, but we're both unable to say it. And you rang him and his words were, you have to call it. Like, you have to just, mate, I know you don't want to. I remember him. He was trying to nurture you, knowing we were like, on like a donkey on the edge, like we were so edgy, and him saying, I know this is the last thing you want, but call it. And we were like,
and I think that the element that we mightn't be able to truly express is that this is the final event. Like, we've made the call, we've done the live stream, everyone knows that, you know, we're winding the company up. Like, this is it.
Yep.
And so there's a sense of closure that we're looking for. And there's also a massive sense of frustration because, again, we're coming back to these people are fucking with people's lives and we don't even like them.
Yeah.
And it was just a lot. And so I'll never forget.
Sad.
Oh, so sad.
We were sad.
So I'll never forget going back in and bringing everyone back into the room and making the call and just not really knowing. Like, being angry, being sad, obviously wanting to honour them that, you know, for the ones that had flown in. It was a lot. They were very grateful.
They were amazing.
That we made the decision, because the ones that really wanted to leave and get home and get out of Victoria, obviously, had the ability to do that in the right amount of time. People put into place whatever they wanted to do. We had some people like, well, we're going over to New South Wales and we're going on a holiday.
Yeah, I'm having a 4-day holiday.
And so it was a really, really tough time. And so we had the majority, if not all of our, it wasn't all of our team, but we had a huge element of our beautiful team there. And I don't know how we all got to be at your house when a lot of us lived in Victoria. And anyway,
I don't know.
Clearly broke some rules there, but I don't really give a shit. But we did go back to Shez's and we had bought a lot of Prosecco, surprise, to celebrate what will be the final event. I think some of it was for something that was meant to happen at the event.
Yeah, we had a significant amount. Like there was obviously
18 bottles. And every single one of them was empty.
And you remember you bought those espresso martinis in the cans thing? You're like, oh, we'll try these too. So it was just It was basically like an empty the cupboard party. Like whatever's there, we're going to drink it. It was a lot. It was literally like the stages of grief party because we started angry, then we got sad, then we were just grateful, then we told stories, and
I think then we had a lot of music and a lot of dancing.
Rubes went to another friend's house because we wouldn't shut up, so then that was good because that gave us another bed, and it was such a fun night, but it looked like the hangover the next morning. Like
we actually had the Prosecco in like the boxes.
Yeah.
And then the next morning I was like, the boxes are empty. We must have put them, I thought we'd put them in the other second fridge, the outdoor fridge. 18 empty bottles of Prosecco. There was, 6 of us?
Yeah.
7 of us?
Yeah. It's a big, it was a record.
I felt the way I did because of how much Prosecco I drank. So,
but I just remember, it was, I don't know what else you could have done in that moment, but what we did as far as us to be able to be okay with it, it was therapeutic. That in our house session will be forever in my memory as.
I'm sorry, but it had to happen that way.
100%.
It really did. And yeah, it is really a lot. And I think something that, we look at it from our perspective, right? We look at it from our client's perspective. They had paid to get themselves there. And then we haven't even spoken about the Seaball.
No.
So the Seaball had people staying there. They had our event with what would have been probably about 48 people with our team and us and our clients. They were feeding us every meal. We had a VIP dinner planned. All of that gone because they can now not have anyone. The impact on businesses, particularly those type of businesses, was absolutely enormous. But the party, the what's that word? Commiseration party. Anyway, from there, we regrouped.
Yep.
And it actually was 2022 before we could run that 4-day again.
Yeah. So everyone was incredible. We held credit because we were like, no, I refuse for that to be the last one.
Oh, there was absolutely not a chance.
We are not doing a 4-day in 4 hours. It was legitimately 4 hours too. Like that's not a made up thing.
I mean, we used to say 4 days in 4 hours, 40 women from 4 different states, like all the fours. Yeah. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, no, I don't care. Don't close every SheKan account, just yet because we're still going to need to withdraw from it. We're doing this event again, like that was, and we did. However, it was, as you said, 2022.
March 2022, and it was going to be the final event ever.
Which we're already making jokes that we're John Farnham. Like we're
correct. And I have bought the shirt. Hold, please. If you're not watching this episode on Spotify or YouTube, you need to. We got shirts made.
We did. We were going out. Look at it.
Oh, that's when I had hair.
Yeah, look at our hair.
So my brother and his now wife are graphic designers, and they drew those. So it basically says SheKan Farewell Tour 2021, which was not 2021 in the end. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened is on the front. And then on the back, it says, go forth and be awesome with the peace sign.
And everyone had them. Everyone was wearing them.
We did. We put out the message. Everyone put in their size that they wanted. And it was on the final day that we all wore the shirts, and it was just.
Here's a behind the glass. I'm jumping. One of our clients made a cake and cookies for this event.
They did, yes.
That never got consumed. Remember we left and that it didn't happen.
That's right.
It went south.
Oh, that was the first event.
And then they told us that, you just left, so we ate it.
That is so true. I totally forgot about that.
I just remembered that just then, looking at that. There was cookies and cake. We could have done with that at my house.
We could have. We could have done with some food. Yeah. Less Prosecco, more food.
I just remember that then.
So we did run that final 4-day.
It was great.
There didn't end up being 40. There was 36 or something. We had a few that couldn't make it. And it was an incredible event.
Yeah.
It was one magic. Of those events where by that point in time, things had really started to, we weren't back to normal, but we weren't at a risk of like this not going ahead. And it was just such a celebration.
It was the best, yeah.
Yeah, it really was. And so we actually spoke about that event being the final event for SheKan. However, it wasn't, because we had one final event to do, which was Adventure Week.
Yeah, and the difference with this one was it was an overseas commitment, and it was Bali. And that was, we were struggling to navigate Australia. So the thought of trying to navigate Bali was just a lot.
So what's really interesting about Adventure Week is that we're going to talk a lot more about what went on behind the scenes in episode 3, because it was a lot. But Adventure Week was May 2023, and it was 3 years after it was meant to happen. So Adventure Week was planned for May 2020.
Yep. And have we talked about how we found the venue?
No, I think we're going to share that in the next episode. What's really interesting is that we made the final full balance payment for Adventure Week to Bali 2 weeks before COVID hit. Mm. And so all of our client money, we'd paid, it was a fully inclusive retreat, and we had paid it entirely 2 weeks before
a shutdown.
Before COVID first, was first on the world map. And so we're going to talk a lot more about that in episode 3, because so much of what went on at that event is kind of what leads us to where we are today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the one. We still, of all the things, that was the one we still were like, the ultimate goal would be to get it ticked off. But in that moment, I know we were both thinking, let's look at alternatives if we can't. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk about it more.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What did you learn?
Which part? My gosh.
I can live after drinking 18 bottles of Prosecco.
Holy smokes.
Clearly didn't drink them on my own.
I think the power of being surrounded by people that have got your back and felt was really good because in a time where you could feel so isolated, I don't think we've ever felt as connected to those humans in my lounge room singing karaoke that night as what we ever have, but also being able to lean on both of the boys. So Squidgy giving the answer to pull the pin, Joey saying, I haven't even started telling stories about Joey's shed, but Joey being willing to make the shed work, you know.
And that's a big call in a very short amount of time.
Just, you know, like.
Back then anyway.
You know, when you're so in it and it's a service-based business, you forget about the people that are in service of you. And I think, you know, it's laughable now. It probably wasn't ideal, but even having young children cleaning up the bottles.
Yeah.
And just because they knew that our mums are doing it tough right now and they need us. So I just, it was, I think that for me.
Yeah.
It's who's looking after us when we're looking after other people.
When I asked you that question, I immediately went to this incredible feeling around our team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we really, and I know we spoke about them quite a lot in season 1, but there is truly just some sort of magic connection that we had with those team members, and we didn't have all of them there. And I know we spoke about the ones that couldn't be there, like I wish they were. And we've had the occasional catch up and certainly not as many as we could and should. But yeah, it's probably just that tight-knit circle of people that you could rely on in those times where you were like, this is...
And not everyone gets that. You know, not every staff team or friends group is always has that feeling. Like that was something really magical, and I know so much of it is because they'd been on a growth journey and they were so understanding of the way we operate, of the way we want to show up in the world. So to have a network of people that believe the same stuff and want to do the same stuff, that's what makes it so special. That's not to say we all had the same opinions, because we certainly didn't. But just that they were in such support. You know, we used to say they came into SheKan because they were going to support the room. But at the end of the day, they were the absolute net for us when we were falling hard.
Without question. Without question. And I think I often reflect on when you do what it is that you are here to do, and you enjoy it and you're passionate about it and you're aligned with it, people want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Because I often think back and be like, why would they have ridden that roller coaster with us? But what I understand, and we've had so many incredible comments on the podcast and people loving going down memory lane and, you know, picking the points where they were at those events and all of those things. It's the passion that we have for what we do. And so you get a lot of grace in that.
Yeah.
Because they just want to be part of it.
You do.
And that comes back to human design a lot now that I know that. But yeah. Team.
Yeah. Yeah. Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Behind the glass. What's happening outside of SheKan World? We've already talked about your Europe trip. What else is on the agenda?
Well, it's exciting that we're, you know, and it's something else we'll probably allude to a little bit more. We're starting to build our Prosecco brand, which I think is really exciting because one thing we recognised, we're huge on retreats, love retreats. The podcast has been almost therapeutic for us, you know, because we're actually like, exactly like I didn't know that we'd talk about the team in depth in this episode.
Yes.
That's what I love about the way we do this. But one thing we've both realised, and it's funny because it's us listening back to other episodes, the ability to facilitate and work a room and be in service is 100% one of the things that we were put on this earth to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, if we're not doing it, we miss it.
Yes.
So Prosecco is perfect because it does exactly that for us in industry where it needs it most.
Yes.
So we really do feel like we are having an impact, and I think that's probably my behind the glass. Just I'm itching to lean into that and make that a really big part of us.
Yeah, and I completely agree because I believe we get the best of both worlds from that. We get that element of facilitation and doing what we do best in that aspect. And then on the other side of the coin with SheKan is we get to run really beautiful and impactful retreats that differ from a lot of other retreats out there on the market, not in comparison, but just in that what we have learned over the last 10 years and what we know now as women in our 40s is women often don't prioritize fun. And so being able to take women away out of their everyday life and put them in beautiful environments where everything is taken care of for them and they can just enjoy and relax and connect and experience different things, I think we would feel a little lopsided if we had one without the other. I think that's where I have really, really loved creating our own leadership archetypes, creating our core conversations framework for Success Co, and being able to deliver that in a way that really supports organizations. And then on the complete other side is take women away to Great Keppel Island, as we are later this year, and give them an experience on catamarans and snorkeling and yoga and massage and cocktails.
I love it.
Like, how could that not be the best of both worlds?
Exactly.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, couple of things. If you are listening to this, please, this is what we would really, really love. Send us a photo of yourself or tag us where you're listening, how you're listening. If you've been to any of the events that we've spoken about, please comment and share your experience because I guess we've given you our behind the scenes and, you know, you might be sitting there going, well, I thought they were as cool as cucumbers, but we were literally crying in the next room. So,
yeah, and if you
share with us.
Go into your archives because everyone keeps every photo on their phone these days and post up a photo from one of those events and tag us because I would love to get some flashbacks from.
Yeah, that would be so good.
Because that just happened organically.
There are none of the party at my house. None.
No,
not one phone came out.
No.
No one touched a phone from the second they walked in the door to the second we
That's a sign of a good party though.
It's like us at Christmas.
When you are around people that you're just absolutely connected to and you're having conversations and sharing stories, it's the one time I'm like, shit,
I agree.
We didn't get any photos, which was Christmas, and it'll probably be this weekend.
Yeah, 100%.
We'll be like, yeah, we got photos of behind the scenes at the podcast recording. That was it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Our signature question. If your current season of life had a title, what would it be and why? Shit. Probably should have thought about this. Anyway, if you're a listener, while I give Shezzy a couple of moments to think about an answer, if you're a listener, have a bit of a think about current season of life that you are in. What would the title be and why? And I will say we talk a lot about seasons of life because obviously working with women, you do go through incredibly different seasons.
Yeah.
And because we've never niched, even though we've been told that you should niche, we've worked with women in their early 20s, probably younger, into their 70s. And so, of course, you're going to be dealing with women in very different seasons of life.
Gosh.
But do you have one?
Yeah. Well, yep.
Okay.
What would I call it?
Has it got a one-word title or is it
it's probably a two word.
You can have a whole.
It's probably, for me, this season is evolve and minimalize. And what I mean by that is I've never felt so strong in my small inner circle that I haven't felt the need to go bigger or include myself more and just being able to really lean in. Evolve is just, I guess, coming from growth that's happened as of recent, even just within my family, within my work, and being able to just be like, and that's good. I'm just closing that chapter. We're moving on from that, and I don't need to revisit it. I guess that's where I'm kind of at.
Yeah, I love that.
Minimalising. I don't feel the pressure to have the big friends group. I don't feel the pressure to have, I'm very comfortable with a small inner circle. I don't make any apologies for it. Yeah, I think that's probably my stage. Yeah. And I guess that's come a lot from obviously having a year of Joey working away. And you just truly do work out who your people are. And it's a good thing. Yeah. That's probably mine.
I don't know. I really don't know what mine is. I take a lot away from that. I think for me there's been this real element of, I guess it's somewhat frustration. And I mean, it could be an entire season of a podcast, but I think the more aware the more aware I become of things that go on in our own country, in our world, the more it's probably way bigger than frustration.
Yeah.
But I'm just at the point where I'm like, it's just time to simplify, really lean into just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Don't buy into the bullshit of like you need this and you need that. Like, I do take a lot away from what you just said because, for example, Macy will get her license in 2 months' time. And a lot of people, of course, as you do when you get your license, you're going to get a car. And Macy is going to get my car. Now, my car, I want to preface this by saying I'm not a car person. I don't give a shit, just so you're aware. But my car is a 10-year-old Range Rover Evoque. It's going to have about 220,000 kilometres on it. So it's a beautiful car. I've absolutely loved my car. I had a 79 Ford Escort for my first car.
It's a pretty cool first car.
It's a pretty cool first car, right? However, it saves me money giving her that car than going to buy her a car because I'd get nothing for it.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, oh, what car are you going to get? And I said, I'm not getting a car. Yeah. And they're like, what do you mean? I said, I don't want a third car in my driveway. Squidgy and I work from home. The fact that we're never in both of our cars at the same time, I was like, I don't need a car.
The reason you drive a car is to take the kids sometimes, so that's not going to be the case.
No. And we've also got 2 e-bikes in our house.
Yeah.
I don't need a car. And people find that like really hard to get their head around.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm preparing to downsize and probably leave. Like I'm just like, I just offload.
Yeah.
And so I think that, that simplifying and minimizing and all of that, I'm really every time I go to buy something now, I think, if I left tomorrow, would I want to take that with me? And if the answer is no, then I don't get it.
The fact that you even had the T-shirt, I love you for it because I know I don't, and we discussed this today. You were like, just say you misplaced it. And I'm like, every single person listening that knows me will be like, that's bullshit. She's thrown it out because it just don't keep stuff. Like, that is probably, I'm the mum that threw out the kids' paintings. Like, they never made it onto the fridge. Don't hate me. But
So I think, I really didn't give it a title and I didn't say why, but it is really that.
Yeah.
I am just so conscious of I just don't want shit because I know eventually the shit needs to go somewhere.
Yeah, which I guess is like it's stuff, but it's also people and your life and your work.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I'm good with the small.
Yes, and what I probably recognised a lot is that I have a lot of different ideas and opinions to a lot of the people that I spend time with.
Yeah, okay.
And that's totally fine. They probably think that I'm fucking cuckoo mature, and that's also absolutely fine. But you can still have connection with people when you think differently and you have a different...
It's a sign of a great relationship, actually.
You have a different outcome or goal that you're working towards. And I think that's what you said before about the 4-day, is that there was very differing opinions within our clients and our team. But when you strip it all back, we've spoke about it in season 1, you can still have a relationship and still be human with those people, even if you want different things, believe different things, etc.
Yeah, so good.
Amazing.
All right.
Last sip. We've actually got something.
We've got some this time.
We'll see you back here for episode 3.
Oh, it's a good one. Bye.